Hi, how are you today? I am doing a set of coasters today using some Just Paint, Mica Pigments. This one is Sparkling Shiraz. It is a medium red gray. I'm also going to be using Golden Beach, which is a light gold, and then also the Kino Gold Leaf Flakes mixed with clear resin. So I do find that these Just Paint mica pigments are really easy to stir in. I usually put the mica on top of the resin and stir it in that way, as opposed to putting it in the bottom of my cup and pouring resin over top of it. I don't want any of my resin to stick in the creases of my cup, so I put it on top. Some of these sparkle pigments are near to glitter, very sparkly, and they almost have like a fine, super fine glitter texture. So the odd little flake will float away. So just so that you're aware, if you ever use the sparkle pigments, don't have like your clear top coat sitting next to it, because it will land in your clear top coat. I've had that happen, and while it was pretty, that's not where it belonged. So anyway, hope everybody had a good New Year's Eve and starting off New Year's really good. I have been working and doing art. I still have my Christmas tree up. I usually put it up late and then take it down late. That's kind of how things go around here. So with this resin, I'm just going to outline the coasters with the Sparkle Shiraz. And then I'm going to take the gold and puddle it in the middle and let it spread out from the middle. I did go around and blast this with the heat gun a couple times, because I found that I'm a bit negligent in doing that regularly, and then I end up with little bubbles around the edges of my coasters, which I do generally sand out, file out, or use my Dremel or whatever, but it's better to not have to do that. It's better to not have any bubbles at all. So I'm trying hard not to forget to use my heat gun and try to get rid of some bubbles a little bit more often as I'm doing this process. And I've also decided to do voiceovers during my resin videos going forward, because I want to wear my respirator the entire time. I've been doing a lot of resin projects. I do have a closed off, its own room where I do my resin. I don't do any other art in there, just my resin. But because I have so many projects sitting around and they're, curing and emitting their resin chemicals and resin fumes and all that kind of thing, I'm just going to put my respirator on when I go in the room and not take it off until I leave the room, just because I don't want to develop any reactions or, harm my health in any way. I'm trying to wear long sleeve jacket and gloves, respirator, everything else the entire time while I'm in there. And I did get a good hint from somebody, I can't remember who it was, but they said to use or to wear like polyester or lycra clothes, because they'll have less fuzzy things on them. Like if you're wearing your fleece sweater or your house coat or your bunny slippers or whatever, wear a nylon type of clothing, and then that way you're less likely to have fuzzies and stuff that are going to fall off of your clothing. Don't know how true it is, don't know how effective it is, but since I always end up with a little floofer of some sort in my resin, especially in my top coats for my paintings, I figured any little bit helps to try to alleviate that. Plus the long sleeves that I'm wearing keeps the resin off my skin. So anyways, that was a public service announcement. You probably didn't care to hear, but there it is. So I'm just gonna finish dropping the rest of that resin in and do a few touch-ups there, and then I am going to cover it up for the night. We'll be doing a top coat, and I usually just do that the next day and then let that sit for, I don't know, 6 hours or so before I take them out of the mold. So giving it another blast with the heat gun. The color on these is hard to see because of the transparency of the pigments, and also because that light blue color gives me anyways an optical illusion that, you know, it influences the color that I'm seeing. So it's really hard to see what's going on there. So just a quick peek the next day after I put my top coat on, just to look at that gorgeous sparkle shiraz and the gold flake and the gold all mixed together. It's very blingy. Now I'm going to take these out of the molds. These molds are super easy to peel off. They're a nice heavy duty mold that I got from JustGiny. I will leave the links for Petra's Just Paint Etsy shop for Canada and US. If you're in Europe, then her channel has a link for that. I might go try to find that. But I like both sides. The front is pretty, the back is really nice, a little bit more flakes on the back side. Links, yes, so I'll leave the links for Just Paint, JustGiny, and also for Krystal Resin. I use Krystal Resin for my coasters. And the link for the gold leaf flakes, I just got those out of Amazon. It came in a 3-pack with gold, silver, and copper. So I 100% love these colors individually. I'm not sure I did them justice by putting them together. I think what I'll do next time with the Sparkle Shiraz is use them in a pink and possibly silver instead. But really happy with how they turned out. They're curing nicely and they're very sparkly. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.